Hey there, y'all, and welcome to today's Daily Down and Dirty. My name is Fairlight. Welcome to Airy Fairy Tarot. All right, y'all, so we start out with, we've got the Ace of Earth together with the Crone reversed, which is the number 6. And then we move over to the 6 of Fire reversed, and this like beautiful mystical goddess lady, which is the number 16. And so I couldn't help it. These three came out before that Ace of Earth did, and so I couldn't help but notice there was 6 6 16. So it's about the nature of the beast, right? So I want to look at these two first. Actually, no, I want to look at all 4 of them. I have more cards too, but I don't know if we'll get to them. What they came out in pairs though, and what I notice is these two are upright, and you see, you know, we've got this Ace of Earth, this dragon. Aces are opportunities, they're doorways opening, and then we end with this magical mystical goddess, you know, healer lady, and then in the middle the Crone reversed and this one reversed. So I want to look at those two first, actually, because there's something, this one reminds me of the Hierophant. Obviously it's more of a pagan Hierophant, and so, you know, that's better, I think. But you see that you've got this kind of religious figure in the middle, and then there's these 2 people on either side. Sometimes this card reminds me of diplomacy. There's this balance between, you know, there's black and white, black and white, black and white, and then there's this balance in between. So it often feels that way, but it also reminds me, like I said, of the Hierophant. So I just kind of felt like with the Hierophant, a Hierophant type of energy being reversed and mirroring the Crone energy, it just kind of feels like almost like, you know, patriarchy versus the witch, but both of them are reversed, and so I just want to speak to that before I go to the ones that were accompanying either one, because there's something, especially on this card, what really kept drawing my eye was how her staff is pointing to this little cave over here. It's an opening like in the trees. I don't know if it's a cave or what it is, trees upon trees, but you see she's standing in daylight. But what she's pointing to is to go through a portal where there's moonlight, and it's the dark moon. And it's funny because we're about to, like in a week, or no, less than a week, on Friday. So today is Sunday. Thursday is the summer solstice, and then Friday is the full moon in Capricorn. I've been hearing a lot. I've been like listening to a lot of stuff about it, and then I've been doing a lot of astrology readings lately, and that full moon is really calling a lot of attention. So even though this is like the new moon energy, there's something about this portal that she's pointing to about moving towards the new, and it has to do with I dare say the destruction of this old paradigm, which would have these 2 energies pitted against each other. So then we, you know, come over to here, and again, I look at aces as doorways. You know, all aces are like opportunities. This is the Ace of Earth, and, you know, I like to refer to the Rider-Waite often, where it shows there's actually a garlanded doorway that leads into the new garden. And so there is something about moving through the doorway and planting new seeds, and I love that there's this seedling here. It is about cultivating that new earth energy. It's about cultivating the new world, cultivating an authentic garden, cultivating those seeds which are truly what you desire to grow and nurture into your life. And so it really does feel like there is a letting go. It almost is feeling like there's some sort of even though this one is reversed, I feel like it's reversed because of the greater message it's implying, but there is almost like a diplomatic understanding we come to, where we need to lower our barriers so much. We need to lower our projections, maybe, our division. That's really what it's about. It's like releasing the need to be divisive. And there's been so much war of, masculine versus feminine. And I feel like there's this greater opportunity to plant seeds for this diplomatic reuniting of those energies. And so here is the doorway into that. And I feel like this person embodies so much of that. And so I'm going to go ahead and go to these other cards because above this crone reversed and this ace of earth was this four of earth reversed. And so just looking at him for a minute, you see that he is he's holding it all up. And so it's interesting how it goes with this masculine feminine kind of thing. Kind of what it implies for me is that with the rising of the feminine, with the empowerment, with the mother energy returning, the holy mother, the sacred empowered divine feminine goddess energy returning, it kind of takes us out of it's like servitude, almost like an enslavement or whatever that humanity has been under, where we have had to really bear the brunt of some I don't know, it's a belief system is really what it is, but we've been holding up a hierarchy, we've been holding up the patriarchy, we've been holding it up, and really it's been on the backs of very hardworking people who mean very well. And I think that's what it's about ultimately, is coming to some form of common ground. And the more we allow ourselves, on the one hand allowing the feminine to be strong, and on the other hand allowing the masculine not to feel like it's all on them, because in some ways I've got this whole long dialogue about that. Well, and I'll go ahead and say it. And so just kind of dissecting Christianity especially, this emphasis on the father, and saying the father is love, but love equals fear and obedience and punishment if you don't obey, and that's all love. And there is no feminine equal partner. There's no, and so father. And so I think for, centuries, it imbued that into the psyches of those who bore the title of father, and, especially that had their families. And they believed that if they didn't force their families to fear and obey, then they were going to be responsible for their families burning in hell for eternity. And so it's all on you. It's been all on the masculine psyche, and they are breaking from this. You see that his arm is breaking, it's cracking, and he's desperate. But he didn't have a partner he could count on. She was not divine. She was barely more than a child herself, a mere vessel, which I think contributes to rape culture and all of this bullshit about not having ownership of our own bodies. But whatever, I just don't need to go much further into that. But with the empowerment of the feminine, then there is the reversal of everything being on top of the masculine, having to hold it all up. And then above, in between both of them, then we have this ace of water, this dragon, and there's this great speaking of truth. And so with this earth and water energy, we open up doorways to greater emotional nurturing. We are bringing things from the subconscious and the unconscious up into light and speaking our truth about it. And then we are more informed about the types of seeds that we want to plant moving forward. And then the last card is exactly that. It's about moving forward. Now we have gained clarity about what direction we want to go in, because we look to the wisdom of the divine feminine. And it's interesting that the crone was reversed, but really the crone embodies the divine feminine wisdom. And so we get clear on that wisdom. We get clear on what we want to cultivate into our lives. We've got this Stonehenge at her heart with this neuron in the middle, or it's a galaxy, and this egg, about to hatch with this serpent around it at her throat, giving birth to the new earth and using her great vision. So there is a new alignment that's coming in. So now we are gaining greater clarity. All we have to do is get clear on what we want and then truly aim for it and forget all that happened before it. If you look at the past, then your arrow's going to fly right back to what was. But if you can just resolve all of that and be very clear about your vision, then you know exactly what you're aiming for and you let your arrow fly. All right, that's all I have for today. Peace and love until next time.